Koehn, obviously, take me through just that end experience there, the playoff run, the season, just your thoughts on how it all wrapped up there.
Yeah, obviously it's not the way we wanted to go out, but I think it's a learning curve going into the future here. And they're obviously a pretty good team over there, so it's pretty hard to play against them. But yeah, I just think the learning curve for next year and going into next year, and it all builds for the next year coming up here.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned next year, a lot of guys are going to be returning next year. Just facing Seattle, facing Tri-City, that playoff experience, how big will that be for the season next year, especially, this team is expected to be, better than this year?
Yeah, I think going into this year, we didn't know what to expect, and obviously some big trades we got. But yeah, I think for next year, a lot of returning guys and some playoff experience just from the start of the year instead of getting it at the end of the year. So I think it'll be good next year.
Mm-hmm. And just talk a little bit about, obviously, the playoff crowd and, how you got to experience that here and just Prince George showing up in that atmosphere that they bring.
Yeah, it was exciting playing in front of the fans and all the support they give us throughout the year. So I think going into next year, it's just looking forward to seeing all the faces in the building again.
Mm-hmm. And was there a moment this year that kind of stuck out to you that you'd remember and you're like, hey, I'm not going to forget this moment, or a moment that sticks out to you this season?
Yeah, I think the biggest one was obviously Wheatcroft's OT winner to clinch the second round there. It was pretty cool. It's the loudest I've ever heard this end before.
And now talk a little bit about process. What's next for you? Obviously preparing for the NHL draft. To speak a little bit about that and the preparation there.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously a big summer this summer, so I think a pretty good year and it's exciting for all the 05s, late 04s going into the draft. So yeah, I'm excited for the summer.
Good. Just like for your group and for you coming back, like to have that taste of playoff experience and now having that kind of winning pedigree and like the standards seem like it's going to get raised, and it seems like the winning culture is starting to develop. Like, how good is that for, you're going to be a big leader on this team with Riley Heidt and company. Like, that's got to be huge to have that taste of playoff success.
Yeah, obviously, the bitter taste of losing is not great. So I think we just keep that in the back of our minds and feel how the winning the series went. And I think just building off that from going into next year.
Maybe one more thing, just on the 20s, seemed like they were a massive part of this group's success with Weed, Stubby, and Weed. Just your thoughts on 3 really good hockey players and 2 signing NHL contracts.
Yeah, obviously the 3 of them were big pieces, and they're all new guys this year. So for them to come in and change the culture of the team, and I think a big reason of our success was due to them.
Anything you can kind of take away from those guys, obviously being around the locker room, on the line with Chase Wheatcroft around the head for most of the season. Anything you can take away from Weed, Doobie, and Wheatcroft? Yeah,
obviously they're coming from winning organizations, and just they know how to win. They know how to do everything the right way. So yeah, just their winning mentality.